The calendar says late March, but the intensity and the impact is more like May. It's the Heat and the Pacers, the top two in the East, renewing their rivalry tonight in Indiana's gym.
Dwayne Wade twice. He's a very good post player.
Over the top to West. James had a very aggressive start to the Miami win Monday over Portland. Kept the dribble alive and scores. Got it back. Extra pass. George for three. And Greg Oden only playing 9 minutes a game. Played a season-high 15 minutes in the game against Portland. Bosch gets the foul as Hibbert gets the end one.
Very creative pass.
Shot clock now for Hibbert. Taken away by Cole. James takes off.
And that's where Miami's at their best. Forcing over 17 turnovers a game. Those are the type of...
Tremendous performer, great leader in their locker room as well. And Turner trying to fill those shoes. Late shot clock. Step back three by George. James, a freight train to the basket. Over Hibbert for two. And Norris Cole almost forced another turnover as they tried the deep pass. George connects. Miami's turned it over 9 times. Stevenson, three. Timeout, Miami.
Hey, both times we played this team, it's been big leads both ways. And both teams have lost to have the big lead. So that means we got to play consistent 48 minutes, man. All right? Don't worry about if you miss shots. Don't worry about if you turn it over. Let's play for each other.
James and Hibbert scores as he took a shot. As you heard Dwayne Wade remind his team before the game, both teams have blown big leads in the first 2 regular season meetings. James on the attack, falls down, but finds Bosch. Knocks down the three, and it's a 1-point game. And Frank Vogel will take timeout.
Well, this is offense by act. They have really found themselves.
Hibbert's catches are farther away. He can't hit, and Miami's looking for the lead. It will be Haslam, who really...
You never take it for granted as a coach, and you always appreciate it as a teammate or as a coach. Good job by Haslam.
Good job by James. Got to the basket, isolated on George.
Thank you, Mike. LeBron, what ignited you guys in that second quarter?
We got stops, and we didn't turn the ball over. If we do that, we give ourselves a good chance to win.
Now, normally you don't necessarily attack Roy Hibbert as much as you have tonight so far. Has there been a concerted effort to really get in the paint and try to draw fouls?
Well, they do a great job of just trying to funnel everything to Hibbert. But I'm going to attack Claire, and it's my job to put pressure on the defense.
Thank you, LeBron. Mike?
Israel, Indiana missed its last 5 shots from the field in that half. They had a very difficult second quarter, shooting just 6 of 21. Doris Burke, Avery Johnson, and Jalen Rose. We'll hear what they have to say about the first half and set the table for the second half. Bosch had the game-sealing block in the win Monday over Portland. Hill on the drive again. It is Bosch with the block. And the outlet to Wade, who's got James. You remember in the playoff series in 2012, before the Eastern Finals, the second-round series, as George connects
to this lunch pail, blue-collar type team.
George had traffic inside, couldn't connect. He and Haslam behind the play as James attacks Stevenson. And one on the continuation. The bump by Stevenson. And James will go for the 3-point play. Short shot clock, James over George. Still with a ton of time to go. Fighting with Paul George, denying him the catch. The back screen by Hibbert. George for 3. Shot clock at 5. James on George. Step back 3. LeBron, 29. 9 here in the third.
Unguardable when he's making his jump shot because he's so good at the basket.
Better flow to this third quarter. That little stop with the push and the double tech seems to have tightened the focus a bit. This is going to go.
And I really thought Paul George on the initial pin down should have caught it, curled, and gone to the rim.
Lewis hits the three and extends the Miami lead to 4, equaling their largest of the night.
Thank you, Frank.
All right, Israel, thank you. Fourth quarter begins as they go right to James on the block, and LeBron takes it up to 33 points. Jeff, to the point that Frank Vogel made to Israel, 15-4, the close of both the second and third quarter by Miami.
And good post up by James instead of taking the Dirk one.
Hill has been quiet. Indiana's got nothing from its bench. George stays on the floor. Kevin Pritchard, GM, Larry Bird, who came back to replace Donnie Walsh. And Donnie Walsh still around the organization as well. Terrific executive in the league as well. Lewis, that tippy-toe triple. Off the mark. Anderson and Scola fighting for the board. Pulled down by Hill. George, step around James. Oh, George! How do you do?
Well, Paul George has been in a struggle offensively. His shooting percentage has dropped every month, but here, attacking the rim, blowing by James and finishing.
The decision. James hits a three. He screams back at the crowd. Man, every call feels like there's controversy attached to it. Way to the basket. Over Hibbert and a foul. Doesn't take the timeout here. They've got to go fast. It's 4 points with 8 seconds. Bosch from the outside fakes, now takes the three and hits with 2.9 to go. And Indiana takes the timeout as the Heat keep their one timeout and keep their chances alive. Lewis to trigger. Richard gets to James. The pitch to Bosch for the win. It is short. And the Pacers beat the Heat.
Well, a little misdirection for a Bosch jumper against Hibbert. He had separation, but because he didn't have a lot of time, he couldn't shot fake and escape dribble like we saw previously. Good closeout by Hibbert.